Hello, welcome to the broadcast Global Perspective, and I'm your anchor on this program. My name is Dennis Aikoroge. On the broadcast today, in no particular order, I'm starting with Mazi Soni Ifadibo. Mazi Soni Ifadibo is the president of Nigeria Cultural Association here in Buffalo, New York. I left Nigeria after high school. He came to Buffalo, New York, and studied his undergraduate and graduate studies at the Buffalo State University and University of Buffalo, and is a career civil servant. So you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And I have Dr. John Ugulu. Dr. John Ugulu is a public speaker, a strategist, and a teacher focusing on helping individuals taking charge of their lives and businesses and career. He's a certified Les Brown power voice speaker. Doug, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here, sharing this platform with every other person, every other wonderful person. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I have Reverend Father Benjamin Micah. Reverend Father Benjamin Micah is the great order of St. Augustine and is currently working at the Augustinian Institute of McCord in Benue State. Father, you're welcome to the program. Father, you're welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Okay, I don't know the issues Father is having over here. And you're welcome, gentlemen, to the broadcast. I'm going to be talking interreligious crisis and insecurity in Nigeria, and how we're going to tackle and assure national and global peace. Let me start with Soni Ifadibo. Sir, you are from the southeastern state in Nigeria, and there have been this agitation about the sovereign state of Biafra, and until recently we started hearing this unknown government and killings arbitrarily. So, sir, I don't know. Do you want to tell us what is going on in the southeast and what is the root causes of the restiveness in that particular region? Is it as a result of the neglect by the federal government, what they call marginalization of that region? Is that what is the root causes of this agitation in the eastern region of Nigeria? So can we get your reaction on that?
Thank you very much, Dennis. Before I start, I will ask if the background music could be muted.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I can do that. Okay.
Thank you very much. I think I'm a little ADHD.
Okay.
Attention hyperactive disorder. If you're familiar with the term, which means that I get distracted by external noises. So thank you very much for your question. I will not be here to tell you that I'm an expert in what is going on in the southeast.
Yes.
In fact, looking at the rest of you, I think that I've probably left Nigeria before most of you perhaps finish. If you were born in Nigeria before you probably finished high school, I've already been out of Nigeria, and I have not lived there since then. But I do frequent Nigeria. I do visit my children. I make sure that they do go to Nigeria to see where they come from. But with that said, the question of insecurity in the Southeast, I believe, is a little convoluted. I say that is a little convoluted because where that the violence is coming from depends on whom you ask. It initially started, I remember, when the biggest thing that happened while I was still living in Nigeria was when they said there were armed robbers. In those days, they say armed robbers can write you. That's what I heard. I've never experienced it. Armed robbers can write you a letter to let you know the date and time that they will be coming, and then they will show up with alacrity, and that the police won't do anything to them. That was the biggest thing at that time. And nobody ever claimed the Fulanis were there, or Hausa people were there, or unknown gunmen were. It is just armed robbers. Now, move that forward after I left Nigeria. There were kidnappers. And kidnappers were local people that just come and kidnap people and hold them for ransom. You pay them, they release the person. Sometimes they claim that they kill them. My cousin has been, I heard that my cousin was kidnapped about 10, 15 years ago, and they released him. The next thing that we heard was that Fulanis that were grazing cattle were the source of our insecurity, because they come to your farmland, destroy it, and if you make noise, they shoot you to death. They go inside the villages, rape women, and kill their men. And then come the Kano with his iPod. He created what they call ESN, Eastern Security Network. And the next thing we know is after Eastern Security Network, we started hearing about unknown gunmen. So I don't know what we mean by unknown gunmen, Eastern Security Network. All I know is that we have serious security issues in the Southeast and in the entire Nigeria. I have not heard anything about Boko Haram doing anything in Anambra State specifically, or in Imo State. So I don't know if what do you call it? Boko Haram people were part of what is going on in the Southeast, or if not. The most recent killing of an assembly member in Anambra State happened about 3 weeks or so ago. They beheaded him, and they found his head somewhere away from his town. Well, I just read that they have captured one of the ringleaders. And guess who the person was? It wasn't an unknown gunman. He was a bona fide Anambra State indigene. As a matter of fact, a popular one. If in fact he's one of the people that kidnapped and executed the congressman, because his sister, his older sister, is a celebrity, so to say, of the Egede dance. In fact, she just made a record with a remake of the Egede dance with Flavor. So I said this to say that somebody that prominent was arrested. He is not a Fulani person. I don't know if he's part of the ESN or whatever, but they said that this person, the congressman, was executed, was kidnapped and executed by unknown gunmen. So I believe that they know who this unknown. I don't believe that they are unknown. I believe that they are known. The powers that be, they know who the unknown people are. So to cap it all, I don't know if I'm going too far off the question that you asked, but I believe that we know what is really troubling us in Nigeria, in the Southeast. I believe we know our problems, and I believe that we are part of the problem that we are having. We are creating some of those problems and then pointing accusatory fingers at somebody else to deflect from what we are doing to ourselves.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your thoughts. You made us understand that you and I, we don't know the uh, reasons behind insecurity in the Southeast. And you also make us believe that most of these crises are being perpetrated by indigenous people there. And thank you for sharing your thoughts. And let me move on to Father Benjamin. Father Benjamin, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Yes, you reside presently in Benue State now. And Benue State is part of the Middle Belt in Nigeria. Another flashpoint where there exists insecurity in Nigeria, probably pertaining to the clash between herders and the Fulani, between farmers and the Fulani herders. Can you tell us, is that the case? Most other persons believe there's like ethnic cleansing in that aspect of the country. What is going on in the Middle Belt? Is it actually herders farmer clash, or is an ethnic cleansing in the Middle Belt, Benue State in particular?
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, it is an ethnic problem also, and it is also a farmer herders clash, because around this corner of the Benue State, the Benue, especially in the Benue Valley, there has always been a case of farmers and herders clashing, and when that happens, there is always this conflict that happens ensue between them, because these farmers, whenever they come into their land, eat up their crops, and then when they retaliate by asking them or questioning them why you allow your flock to eat our crops, then sometimes fight begins, and it lingers for a very long time, and many persons within this axis have been displaced. Many persons have left their home, their where they were born, and they are residing in IDP camps and all that. And also on the side of the ethnicity, it is very disheartening that you see within even the same tribe, you see brothers and brothers fighting. Was what happened recently at Ikbayongo, where Basombo and Babiu are two brothers from the same father who were fighting each other, killing each other, and destroying properties that their own sons have built for over some time now. And you could see the rate at which they were killing. It looks like Fulani. I will agree with what Sonny said. Most of these things happening within Nigeria are even caused by our own people. They are caused by our own people. There are some hungry boys will give them money to go and then cause this havoc. You will see them, they close their mind and ravage their own town and destroy it. And then they point a finger at the wrong person, saying it is sometimes it is Fulani and all that. So sometimes we are even confused on who is causing the havoc around here. Is it the indigenous people who have done this, or it is the Fulanis? But it is two ways. The Fulanis and the indigenous people are the problems of our land today.
Thank you for making us understand that the issue in the Middle Belt is twofold and is being caused by header and farmer clash and also by ethnic intolerance in the Middle Belt. We all know that Nigeria is being taken as one of the top three most terrorized countries in the world. And I would like to go to Dr. John Ogulu, who is trying to bring in another narrative to address insecurity in Nigeria. He believes that social vices are some kind of the root causes of insecurity in Nigeria, particularly relating to uh, courtesan in higher institutions in Nigeria. And I would like to share his thoughts on that because most of these politicians they engage these youths into election malpractices. They uh, equip them with guns and ammunitions, to score to and make these election results to be in their own favor. And after the elections, these arms they are not being taken from these youths, and as such, they go into the society to unleash men in the society. Dr. John Ogulu, do you want to share your thoughts on that?
Yes, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share my own thoughts on it. Um, Good day to everybody. Well, right now, when we talk about insecurity, we're talking about an event that is perpetrated by human beings, by individuals, right? And
Right.
first of all, for such a thing to come out, it means we have a lot of people with flawed mindsets. Everything starts from the mindset, right? Right now in Nigeria, when you want to do anything good, the people around you would not even give you that opportunity to do that good thing, right? So, which means the environment is not enabling currently for a good life because of the flawed mindset. So, I always tell people there is a quote by OG Mandino that says, always do your best because what you plant now, you will harvest later, right? So, what are we all doing individually? Individually to help develop a positive mindset in our communities in Nigeria. We know things are already going south, going north, going the wrong direction. But we need to focus on the root cause of the problem. The root cause of the problem is with the mindset. Now, these older people who have monopolized everything, the politicians, whose only focus is their next election rather than focusing on the next generation. If they have people like us here who talk to them every time, who make them see reasons why they shouldn't instigate crime because it will haunt them. If they hear all these things all the time, then I believe they will have a rethink. Right now, cultism is the order of the day. This same unknown soldiers, which Mr. Sonny talked about, which we know they're not unknown soldiers, are the ones instigating the crime at the lower level. Now, the younger ones who are supposed to be the leaders of tomorrow are not constantly hearing those things that will develop their mindsets. Every Nigerian wants to take from you. They don't want to add value. They want to take and take and take and take. They want to drain anybody who even shows any sign of, having some resources, right? My question to everybody now is, how do we work on the people at the bottom? I was at a conference on the 21st of May. I was invited by a group called the Aviary Club of Nigeria. They wanted me to come and speak on a topic called the power of brotherhood. And when I was there, I noticed that they all had a particular mindset. They all want to go to Nigeria to do this, to do that, to do, but nobody's talking about how to empower those in Nigeria so that their mindset can change. And what I spoke about was the power of brotherhood, yes, but I reminded them that at this stage, we need to focus more on education rather than entertainment. The politicians are entertainers. They are artists. They are good at their game. But how can we make those younger ones from the tertiary institution, those who are paid to perpetrate this crime, how can we speak to their soul, speak to their heart to let them know that there are other ways? They all wait for the next election to collect budget from politicians. I see all of them. I see them happy that their future is being thrown away. So I feel we need to focus more on the younger ones. Reverend Father Micah just said something very important. I thank God you have the opportunity in terms of your leadership position to enlighten these younger ones. Let us focus on one thing. Let's think of one thing, focus on it. If it's to focus on the younger ones in your area, yes, let's do that. And because the older ones are already lost. They're already lost. They will not give access to the money because they monopolized it. They don't even write books. They don't even want people to know how they made money. They don't even want people to know about their life story. We live in the United States. When you are doing well, the next thing you do is to write a book so that the next generation can benefit from what you have learned. We were sent into this world by God to do 4 things: to serve, to lead, to influence, and to impact lives. Books written can impact generations to come. But the leaders are not even willing to write books. They're not even willing to do anything. So right now, I want to encourage everybody who's out there to remember that the mindset is what we should work on. We should focus on the mindset. Those people who are doing cultism, we should think of ways to develop programs that would help them understand the importance of having a sane mindset. They're all traumatized, but they don't know it. So, Reverend Father, I would really want us to look for ways how we can collaborate and work with those in the tertiary institutions, because they are the tools. The older guys don't go out there to perpetrate crimes. They pay those people, those younger boys, to go and commit the assassinations, to commit a stealing of ballot boxes. So I think we need to focus on them. That's my area. That's the area I want to focus on. I'm still a young man. I'm a public speaker. I do everything humanly possible. I don't want to dwell so much on the problems because the problems are endless. The problems of insecurity are endless. But I want to advocate for programs, education rather than entertainment. When you look at social media, listen to the music. Music is supposed to be the food for the soul. Listen to the music that comes out of the younger generation. Even as young as I am, I don't even understand what and why things like that will come in. So let us look for ways to empower the younger generation. Let them understand that cultism is not the way to go. It is a big thing in Nigeria. And I know I will do my best in collaboration with leaders like Father Benjamin Maka and some other great leaders and Mr. Sonny, set up programs where we can organize workshops to enlighten these people. Right now, when you tell a young Nigerian, hey, come and attend a conference, they'll tell you, oh, motivational speaker has come again. You know, they'll say motivational speaker has come again. A young man who thinks that way, what's the future? It's sad. So, but I'm willing to work with anybody who would like to educate the youth on the importance of having a positive mindset. I drop my mic. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. John Gulu. Thank you for letting us know the power of empowerment and how to impact the youth back in Nigeria. Uh, Having said that, Dr. John Gulu has a foundation that impacts the youth, that focuses on entrepreneurship and how to have these youth gainfully employed. Uh, Father Benjamin, uh, I'm back to you, and I have this question about interreligious faith crisis in Nigeria. Uh, Recently, we heard about the death of Deborah Matthew in, I think, Sokoto, Sokoto State. Uh, she was, or is it alleged, or rather, she said she blasphemed against a certain religion, and the youth took laws into their hands by killing this young lady. And Nigeria has been filled with such kind of, unholy killings in the past. How do we ensure harmonious and peaceful relationship between faiths in Nigeria, between the Christians and Muslims in Nigeria, Father Benjamin?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I wish to say something. I love what Dr. John said, working with the youth, beginning from the grassroots, for a total cleansing of the land, a total cleansing of these corrupt minds that have been impacted on the young people. Because as he said, the older generations have already passed. So working with the young, I think not just with the young, but beginning with children. You begin with children as they grow into that youthful stage, they will carry it along into the adulthood. And back to your question, recently, we all of us are aware of the killing of Deborah Samuel in Sokoto, and it was actually very bad, because the more shouldn't, or the people, or the boys and the girls shouldn't have taken the laws into their hands, even if there was a blasphemy. They have leaders, they have ways in which they go about in discerning to know if there was really a blasphemy or there was not a blasphemy, because it can be instigated by somebody, it can be fueled by somebody. Now, once it is fueled by someone, the crowd wouldn't want to understand, especially people from that axis wouldn't want to understand whether it was instigated or whether it was framed up. So they move into action. And one thing I love so much that happened within this time is the reaction of some Islamic scholars, especially Mohammed Abubakar III, the Sultan of Sokoto, who even condemned the killing. And you could see how the youth reacted from that axis, reacted to his own statement of condemning the killing of Deborah. I think those are the things that need to be seen within this time, so that we're going to conscientize the youth, especially coming from other religions, to conscientize that they cannot take laws into their hands. They cannot take someone's life, especially as Nigerians, which is much more of more than just a religion, because a Nigerian state is a non-religious state, because it does not belong to a particular religion. So if it does not belong to a particular religion, then it means that we are being governed by the constitution of the country. So if there's any issue, the constitution of the country should take its own place, and then they bring out the verdict from the court. Now, there are certain things that we need to do in order to bring a peaceful coexistence among us. That is religious tolerance. Now, one, I would like to mention mutual respect for all, mutual understanding. Because if there is lack of understanding, there's lack of mutual respect for each other that we have, then I think it will go into a crisis that we cannot even quench its fire. And then truthfulness, that Nigerians need to be truthful to ourselves. And then being truthful, you tell someone the truth, the person accepts it, the truth from him. But it is difficult right now because sometimes when you say the truth, it is termed as hate speech. It is termed as hate speech, and then it radiates into some level of crisis that we never desire to be. And then we have to respect human life, respect for human life, and the one thing that can also promote or promote religious tolerance among us is having a religious dialogue over and over and over again. That has been put forward by so many religious leaders in order to see how we can coexist in Nigeria. But I am sure that most of those groups that have been promoting interreligious dialogue have not been tired. They kept on doing it, even if it is not yielding fruit in the now, but in the minds of the young, it is already creating an impact in them. That as they grow, they have a different mindset towards it. So I think these are the things that I remember now that can promote religious tolerance among Nigerians existing in a multiplicity of different cultures.
Thank you, Father, for letting us know the things that can promote peaceful coexistence between faith in Nigeria. And Mazi Soni, I'm back to you. And talking about the agitation for Bravia, like you said, and uh, do you think the federal government is marginalizing the Southeast? And also, we see that the administration of President Buhari has heightened insecurity in Nigeria, and especially the Southeast, which led to the leader of IPOP. I think at this point in time, the request or the agitation for the sovereign state of Biafra, because in his appointment into key cabinet positions in Nigeria, he deliberately excluded the Southeast, and he called in 97 people from his region. They voted for him 97%, and why the Southeast voted for him 3%. He deliberately excluded the Southeast from his cabinet and his other federal positions, and this has caused agitations in the Southeast. And championing this cause is Mazi Unadi Kanu, and Mazi Kanu right now is in detention for fighting or for protecting the interests of his people. So, how do you think we can achieve inclusiveness in Nigeria, taking the Southeast agitation into focus? So,
Thank you very much, Dennis. Um, and then please forgive me if I refer to you by first name.
that is okay, sir.
Yeah, I'm very informal in nature. I mean, I do some formal conversations, but if I just call you by first name, please, I do not mean any disrespect.
That is okay.
So I'm going to touch up on what everybody just said. Father Benjamin um, talked about the difficulty of having the youths and having the youths go about their their would I say, go about their lives in a structured way. I'm paraphrasing what I think I heard him say. And then Dr. John talking about education. And I think there's a marriage between all of them, what both people said. In fact, what Dr. John said struck a note with me even more, because I have dedicated my 25 years in the area of education, from being a teacher to being an administrator that I am doing today, um, including my wife as well. And we have gone through all facets of education in the United States, from regular education to special education. Um, so it is something that is very close and dear to my heart. And I know that nothing can happen without education, formal or informal. People, when we have conversations, we talk about our ancestors that they lacked education. I've always vehemently uh, opposed that notion, because I think that when we talk about education, we simply think about the four walls of a classroom where some guy is standing in front with a chalk and maybe in some cases a cane, and we call that person a teacher. That's, in fact, that's not even how education started. If you think back to Socrates, he wasn't he didn't know what I don't believe Socrates knew what a chalk is or what a blackboard looked like, but he was a great teacher. Archimedes, they were great teachers, but they were great teachers through discourse. You have to be able to talk to people. You have to be able to reason with people. You have to be able to understand that you are not the arbiter of truth. You are not the arbiter of what is correct. You have to dialogue with people, learn from them, and as you're learning from them, they are learning from you. You have to keep an open mind. Without education, like Dr. John said, the young people that we're trying to talk about how to really navigate the path that will lead them through success will not happen, will never happen. Because what would happen is that everybody will go to their little clan. And when you go to your little clan, everything that you are espousing is your truth, is your reality. And everything the other clan is talking about is completely opposed to yours. So it's about fighting them, it's about destroying them, it's about them and us. Life does not have to be them and us, because if it becomes that way, then nothing gets solved. And that's where I believe life is in Nigeria. Somebody said, I think Dr. John said that we already know the problem, let's talk about the solution. I tend to want to say that we have to restate the problem in order to guide us in how we need to frame the solution. The Father Benjamin, I want to try to indulge him a little bit, because you mentioned something about what's her name, Deborah Yakubu, that was killed. The dialogue and the education that Dr. John is talking about has to play a part. You know, today all we hear about are these the far the activist, so to say, the activist Muslims. I think at some point we have to agree that there was a time when we had activist Christians that did some of the things that activist Muslims Uh, I remember when I was going to catechism. When I was going to catechism in Nigeria, and they told us that is a sin in Roman Catholic Church, that is a sin to read any book from the Anglican Church or to attend their church. I have a cousin who was not able to marry because the two suitors that came for her were all Anglicans. And the Catholic Church said that is a sin that was punishable to both the young lady and to the young lady's family if she ever marries an Anglican. These are Christians. You have to think about the school of thought that this is coming from. And then move it down to today, what we are experiencing. Yakubu says something about Christianity, about Jesus Christ, about if somebody that even the Muslims acknowledge was a great prophet, and still she was lynched. She was executed for invoking that holy name. Christians did their own dirt. We had crusade. They destroyed, they killed. Let's move all that to the past. That is things that happened during the Renaissance or prior to the Renaissance. And then today, go to Nigeria. Father Benjamin said that Nigeria is a secular state, and I agree. It is supposed to be a secular state, but it is not. If you, Dr. John, I don't know the last time you were in Nigeria, whether you were born here or whether you were born in Nigeria, but if you go to Nigeria and you enter a bus, say traveling from Lagos to Onitsha or something like that, I bet you before you get from Lagos to Nigeria, somebody will make force everybody to pray. This is public transportation, and if a young lady refuses to cover their hair during the prayer, people will start looking at her as if she's Antichrist. Does that look like a secular nation? Everywhere that you see people talk is about pastor, this is about religion, this is you move from one street to the other, you see another church, another church, another church. Everybody is a pastor, everybody is an evangelist, everybody is an overseer, everybody is something. Religion permeates everything. And because of that sense of religion, which I think most of them are fake, the only three religions that I recognize in Nigeria are Christianity, regardless of which part of Christianity you're coming from, Muslim, Islam, and real pure traditional religion. I'm not talking about the ones that will cut somebody's head to do money ritual. I'm talking about regular, the type that I knew when I was growing up, with to have honest men and women conduct in their places to invoke their ancestors to guide and protect them. I don't see anything wrong with any of those, but we are doing too much religion in Nigeria, and until because everything, in fact, if Dr. John and Father Benjamin were in my WhatsApp group, I would have sent them something that was very, very disturbing. What was that? In Lagos, this happened, of all places, this happened in Lagos. A transformer malfunctioned, and a group of people gathered there. You know what they were doing? They were praying and casting and binding the transformer and invoking Jesus Christ to not make this transformer malfunction again. What kind of stupidity is that? So what is Jesus Christ going to do to a burnt out transformer? That's the level that religion has got, the height of religion in Nigeria. And if you don't agree to follow them pray over the transformer, you will look like you are an idiot. So everybody, they closed their eyes, and this person was firing speech about fire and Holy Ghost fire going there to do something to this transformer. Go and find an engineer to fix the thing. A human being built the transformer, it burnt out, somebody needs to fix it. So if we don't get a handle on religion in Nigeria, I'm sorry, Father John, Dr. John, we're going nowhere, because everything revolves around religion. Before you can say one word, they will quote 5 verses for you. Leave religion alone. Religion has a role to play. But human beings, just like Father Benjamin said, we are a secular state. We need to do regular education. We need to learn mathematics, arithmetic, English, business administration. We need to apply those things to our real lives. And everything is not, religion cannot solve all the problems for us. And I think that we need to start somewhere. And I think addressing that issue of religion could be a good place to start. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi Sonic, for sharing your thoughts and for letting us know the height of religiosity in Nigeria. Dr. John Ogolo, you have a foundation that focuses on the youth. What group of persons or what sectors do you think you can work with in Nigeria to empower, like you said, the young folks growing up? You believe they should be the target. Which group in Nigeria do you think your foundation or your organization, because I know you're a man of many parts, you're a man of many parts. You know, Macy's Consulting, a lot of that. Cornerstone University. You're a man of many parts. So, what group do you think you can work with back in Nigeria to impart this youth? Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for the beautiful question. And Mr. Sonny has, he just hit the nail on the head. You know, he talked about the philosophy of the people. So first of all, because I am focused on working on the philosophy, the mindset of people, I want to first of all start with a coaching program. You know, coaching program. That's an area I am very passionate about. You know, a lot of people believe only in the theological part of religion rather than also developing their philosophy, because like you said, the transformer was the transformer was on fire and someone was, you know, praying for the transformer to, you know, fix itself. So I want to focus on the mindset, the philosophy of the average Nigerian, to make them understand that it is you alone that can make things work for you. You don't need, you know, when God made us, even the Bible says we're made in the image and likeness of God. We have all it takes. We have all it takes to communicate with God. We have all it takes to achieve whatever we want. We just need that guidance. We need that leadership, that mentorship, right? So I want to focus on the younger ones. We will be organizing seminars. I have a podcast. Thank God for technology these days. You know, with technology, with the internet, you know, you see right now it's a global village. We're speaking to, you know, we're speaking from different locations. So coaching and mentoring. Then I want to also teach people how to utilize their God-given skills to start businesses. A lot of Nigerians right now, when I engage them, The only thing they say is, when I say, what business do you want to do? They'll say, I want to do so many things, but I don't have money to start it. That's the mindset. But forgetting that God gave every human being a unique skill. But it is when you now want to do what Mr. A is doing, then it becomes a problem. You will now forget to look inwards to develop the one you already have. So I want to work with them to help them find their purpose. One of my mentors, Mr. Dr. Miles Monroe, the late Miles Monroe, may his soul rest in peace. There were 5 questions he asked while he was alive that changed the trajectory for me. He said, in order for you to find your purpose in life, if you can figure out the answers to these 5 questions, your life will change. You will discover those God-given gifts in you. And those same questions are what I want to put out there with my foundation. Just those 5 questions that changed my life. The first question was, who am I? Who am I? The moment Nigerians realize who they are, the moment the youth realize who they are, that they were created by God, right? That they are, they were given dominion over every living thing on earth, their mindset will change. And the second question is, where am I from? He says, if you find out the answer to that question, where am I from? Not me being from Edo State, you being from the East. No, where are you from originally? We were created by one source originally, right? And we're given dominion. Then the third question he asks is, why am I on earth? So I want to use my foundation to teach people how to figure out the answers to the why am I on earth? Personally, I am on earth to help people find their purpose. Right from when I was in secondary school, my friends already started calling me a motivator, because I was somebody who was always giving people hope, even if I know I'm on the lowest level. I always saw myself as somebody who was an authority sent by God, a vessel of God. So I always knew how to motivate people. So that's the same spirit I want to give to Nigerians, right? To figure out why they are here on earth. I personally, my mission now as a morale booster is to help people find their purpose. And that's why I'm taking it to my country, Nigeria. And the other question is, what can I do? That's the fourth question. What can I do? So I want to help people discover what they have, what they can do. And the fifth question is, where am I going? So when Miles Monroe asked those questions, initially he said, these questions might seem very easy for a lot of people. But trust me, there are some people who it will take weeks, months, even decades to figure out the answer. It's easy. Who am I? Where am I from? Why am I on earth? What can I do? Where am I going? It's easy. And he said there are some people who will never figure out the answers to those questions in their whole life. And those are the people who would not be able to fulfill their calling here on earth. So my foundation wants to help people discover their potential through coaching and mentoring. And I know I would work with a lot of leaders in the society, like Father Benjamin and some other religious leaders. The message at some point has to change. At some point, it has to change. The message has to change from you have to pray to God to give you money. You have to pray to God for wealth. It has to change from that to the philosophical part of you have to work to get paid. Right? Just like what Mr. Sonny said. It has to change. And that's what my foundation wants to do. Letting them know, look, prayer would not give you money. You have to work. You have to put in the work. You have to educate yourself. It does not mean going to the 4 walls of a university, or just like what Mr. Sonny said, education. Education. Let's focus on that. That's what my foundation will do. And I see that as the only solution right now. The religious message has to change at some point. I have a friend, I just don't want to mention name. He's a pastor in the Netherlands. He was with one big organization. one big church, but he recently pulled out because, they say loyalty has an expiration date. We all know that, right? Yeah. He now knows that we are the younger generation. We cannot continuously be telling the younger ones now to pray for money. We cannot be telling them now to pray for things that they know. Normally, if they change their philosophy, those things will come. Prayer is good. Prayer builds your faith. We understand we all need everything to give us motivation and inspiration. But we need to tell them that philosophy. And Father Benjamin, I know what we're doing right now was not by accident. Nothing happens by accident. God is using everybody on this platform right now to do something great. And I want it to start from here. The message has to change. And that's when even the churches would even gain more followers. Letting them know that prayer builds your faith for you to stay on that job. Prayer builds your faith for you to do what is right. You have to do what is right. Prayer will not bring manna from heaven. Never. Never. Seneca is a philosopher. He said, luck is what happens when opportunity meets preparation. So the man or the woman who is not prepared, when that opportunity comes, he will not be able to harness it. So that's where my foundation is focusing on right now, Dr. Dennis. And yes, we would continuously do that. That's what I will do till the end of my time, to help people find their purpose and to help people understand that they have God-given potentials in them. Money is not all you need to develop your skill. But when you want to do someone else's skill, you need money because that one is not your calling. But when you know that you have a voice that you can be paid to speak with, when you know you have something you're passionate about to do, even if you don't get paid, you love that thing. If you stay at that thing for a while, it will eventually convert into money. All right. So those are those things I want to do with the youth. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. John Agulu, for letting us know your plans and what your foundation intends to do for the youth. You tend to help them find their purpose and let them actualize their skills. Time is fast spent into this broadcast. We intended to spend between 45 minutes and 1 hour into this broadcast. I have on backstage Mr. Yusuf Aruna, who is the Chief Security Officer to Edo State Government. For one or two reasons, he can't come into the broadcast. I think he's in a workshop somewhere in Ibadan, but I can see him backstage. But I think he's having issues with his mic. And Father Robert Agbo couldn't join us because of the emergency he's having right now. So I want to thank every one of you who have spent time and make our time to join this broadcast. I want to appreciate your time and for all the wonderful contributions you have made on this broadcast. I say thank you very much. And I'll be signing off on this program until next time. And we'll bring you a nice and a rewarding topic. Stay blessed. Dennis Ikoroge will be signing off. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.